Right, so Steve and I are testing out our list for Origins right now, which is the end of May, early June. So we rolled Mission 2. This is just from, the missions from our last tournament, which is Capture Control. Or not Capture Control, it's more like Seize Ground. There's 5 objectives. And it's Dawn of War with 18-inch deployment. Every objective you control is worth 2 objectives. And every 400 victory points you score counts as 1 objective. So most objectives at the very end wins. And you can do all the normal stuff. And the objectives scatter a little bit right now, and they scatter a little bit at turn 3. And it's random game length. So I won the roll-off. I made him go first. I'm playing Blood Angels. He's got Grey Knights. This is his list he won the last tournament with, but minus 150 points.
Took out 1 Venerable Dreadnought, added in Death Cold Assassins.
Yuck. I'm not too excited about those Death Cults because I don't know what I can do about them, but we'll see. And so we got the Wraiths here objectives, one there, one there, one over there, one over there, one over there. He deployed nothing, but he's bringing everything on turn 1. And I deployed a Scout Squad here with a missile launcher and sniper rifles, and a 5-man Scout Squad here, missile launchers and sniper rifle. So I got 1 near-ish each objective, but not on them. And I think that's pretty much it. We're going to go ahead, and I'm not going to try to see, so we're going to go ahead and try to scatter the objectives, and he'll bring his stuff on, and we'll show you turn 1. Alright, Grey Knight turn 1. They brought their whole force on over here, kind of leaving this half of the board with nothing, so I'm going to have to castle all my force up over here too, which is going to be rough, and then he's going to be able to counter me with anything he wants to, including Dreadnought, so not a bad move. 2 Storm Ravens with Death Cults and crap in them. A Dreadnought on each one with a Dreadnought Close Combat Weapon and an Assault Cannon, which is rough. Then they both moved over 12 to come on the board from different places to get their cover saves. So they're going to be hard to kill this turn. This is a Missile Launcher, Las Cannon, Dreadnought, Sifleman Dread, Assault Cannon, Razorback, Assault Cannon, Razorback, Las Cannon, Razorback, Las Cannon, Razorback.
Which pop smoke?
Yeah, one of them pop smoke there, because the rest are going to have pretty decent shot at getting covered, depending on where it's coming from. So, yeah.
Yeah, both Storm Ravens have cover. I'm not sure you said that.
Yeah, so he's got Death Cults, all the Razorbacks obviously have Acolytes, so. And that's your whole force?
I do need to say something. This one has...
Cotias?
Cortez, thank you.
Okay. So that's your whole army?
Yes.
Alrighty, well, I guess it's my first turn. Okay, so this turn, it's only my 3rd game with Blood Angels, and then I've already made 3 mistakes this turn, in turn 1. First one, I had extra points and I just didn't use them yet, so I forgot to give everything Searchlights, because Space Marines all come with Searchlights, and it's Dawn of War. So I couldn't shoot with any of this shit, or my missile launchers back here, so I lost out on quite a few shots there with missiles and las cannons and everything from Storm Raven. So, second dumb mistake, I put one of my drop pods too close to the edge. It went off. Thank goodness it got repositioned, but it's still useless. So I've got a Furioso Dreadnought sitting over here that he repositioned. So I had to dedicate a Storm Raven to driving over and picking it up, so it's not useless. And I also forgot to turbo boost these because I forgot it was Dawn of War. So Steve was generous and he let me remove them after I realized that. So they both move 24, so they have cover, but it's not going to do much for me since my Dreadnoughts are going to get slaughtered since there's no other pressure on right now at the same time. So, learning game, I suppose. Good thing I'm doing this before Origins. And only thing that happened, this one shot its Melta and its Magna Grapple. Melta hit, didn't do anything. Multi-Melta shot over there, blew up a Razorback. And they lost a man, and that's literally it. Everything, they were out of range, and that was out of range. So, that's the end of turn 1, so we're going on to 2. Okay, this turn, he swung these around to shoot my rear armor, dropped Dreadnought off, same thing over here, dropped the Dreadnought off. Dreadnought fired, killed a guy. Dreadnought fired into my Storm Raven, and thank goodness he made a rending, penetrating hit, and I saved my cover. Over here, fired in my drop pod with the las cannon, Dreadnought with the multi-melta, and over here, multi-melta to my Dreadnought, las cannon to the other Dreadnought. Long story short, this drop pod is weapon destroyed, and that Dreadnought is stunned and immobilized, so that kind of blows. This Dreadnought also got fired on from this Sifleman Dread. Yeah. Las Cannon shot the drop pod, and this one shot the drop pod and wrecked it, right? Mm-hmm. And so, long story short, with this guy, he's just immobilized. I got pretty lucky there. So he's almost useless, but he can shoot this turn. So really feeling it, especially since I didn't get those shots off last turn, but I feel like I'm still in it. I thought everything over there was going to be murdered, so I guess going to Bottom of 2. Okay, this turn I had some really hot dice. That Dreadnought popped smoke because he can't do shit. This one fired its Melta and its Magna Grapple. I hit with both. I didn't do anything with the Magna Grapple. I penned with the Melta gun, and I exploded him, but I forgot he's venerable. He made me re-roll, and I rolled a 1, so he's stunned, which he'll just shake off with Fortitude. And my Magna Grapple then, really excited because I was immobilized. I was going to get to pull him in and fight him in combat, even though I'm immobilized, and I didn't roll 4, I rolled 3, so he's still over there. I'm about to get murdered. These guys tried to shoot into this, and they did nothing. The big news, though, was that my Storm Ravens, I picked up the Dreadnought, I only moved 6 inches, and I fired every weapon they had that was in range, so I fired 1 missile at the Dreadnought, it missed, or didn't do anything, and then I fired 3 missiles in a las cannon at a Storm Raven, and I actually exploded it, which was awesome. I did 10 wounds to those stupid, toughness 3 guys, and the Death Colts, he made 3 of his 5 saves, I think. And he lost 1 Crusader out of the 5, so pretty good rolls there. And he passes pinning. Did you pass leadership also? Yeah. I think I forgot about them. And
lead says
he actually did fail it. Wow.
7 inches.
7. Okay, so they're falling back. And the other squad over here, we forgot last turn did run off because they passed pinning, but they failed their leadership. So that's two units already that did that. This Storm Raven also only moved 6, just moved out. Shot las cannon at the Dreadnought and got really lucky, and I wrecked that too, which this is going great now. I fired all 4 missiles in the multi-melta at the Storm Raven. Failed to hit with 3 of my missiles, but I still actually, with 1 shot, got a pen and wrecked it, so they all got out and they passed their pinning. So
basically, right now he's got really hot dice, and every damage result he's rolled has been the explosion or wreck.
Unless he makes me re-roll it, which is only 1 unit in this army, thank goodness.
Right.
So yeah, I exploded that, wrecked that, they're falling back, and I stunned that, and I wrecked the Dreadnought. So that was an incredible turn for 2 units shooting, pretty much. So I'm going to top of 3, and none of my reserves came in. So okay, so this turn, his rolls are just failing. Salt Cannon shot in here, did 3 hits and only 1 wound, which I saved. These guys did move and run 6, though, so they got up here as next level by this objective, so it's going to be really... I was hoping to deep strike some drop pod on there with some troops in it, but I don't really want to get near those Death Colts, so we'll have to see what's up, because the other objectives still also buy them, and that one's by them, so not a lot of options there, and this Dreadnought's about to eat me for breakfast. Over this way, let's see, we've got these Death Colts fell back some more, another 6 inches, and he basically made a big line here so that they have to go way around to fall off the table. He moved everything to try to take out this Dreadnought and that Dreadnought. That one had popped smoke, but he shot both assault cannons at it and didn't even get a single 6. So I didn't even have to take a cover save. Cyphelman rolled only 4s, so he was only hitting armor 12, and my front armor is 13, so he did nothing yet again. And both of this last cannon shot at him and didn't stunned it, actually, so that one he is stunned. But he's immobilized anyway, so he just can't shoot. And then this Dreadnought, last cannon, missile launcher into the Storm Raven, and didn't even roll a single hit with this Twin Link last cannon or anything. So yeah, I got really lucky this turn. I just got 1 stun result, and hopefully have some reserves coming in. So going to bottom of 3. This turn I moved both Storm Ravens 12 inches since they both have 2 weapons left. And I got my one squad in, not 2 though, and I put off the locator beacon on this drop pod, and I've got a melta gun here, which fired and actually exploded the assault cannon Razorback. Oh, we forgot about the guys inside.
Oh, you're right.
And then the blood lance from this guy went 18 freaking inches, which is awesome, and shot across, hit 4 vehicles. This one it didn't matter because it was already blown up. That one I think I exploded it,
Yes.
and then he made me re-roll and it's immobilized. So that's been pretty good for him, and didn't do anything to him. Last cannon Razorback, we have to remember, take the guys out too. He got cover, and I penned it, and he failed his cover, and I exploded it too. So that was amazing. He didn't do anything though. He missed his multi-melta, and then they're still falling back for now. Those scouts moved and ran to get away from the Dreadnought that's chasing them down, and I shot a las cannon here into him. Didn't do anything. And then multi-melta into them, and they saved it on the Crusaders, and those scouts moved and ran since they didn't have anything to do, so I guess we'll get them out, and it'll be top of 4. Okay, so this was bottom of 4, or top of 4 rather. Pretty much all his shooting failed again. He got 1 glance through finally, and just shook it. And he killed like one Marine with his assault cannon, and these guys barely got anywhere with their moves. So pretty much this turn, I can get my Dreadnought in, pull them off the objective, and that's pretty much going to be the last thing that matters since those ones are falling off. So we just decided to call it here. So good game.
Thank you for your game, man.
Yeah, you want to talk about what happened with your shitty dice rolls?
Really, really damn bad dice rolls. Mostly, it was 2s rampant as the game went on, and for armor penetration, it was 3s rampant when I needed like 4s and 5s. Basically, every time I needed an armor penetration roll, you either made your cover save or I failed armor penetration to even glance by 1 point. If I had to roll a wound roll, I rolled like 2 out of 3 ones, and all kinds of good stuff. It's just good stuff for you, I guess.
Yeah, well, granted, I unloaded everything I had, and I knew I was going to do a lot of damage, but exploding one Storm Raven and wrecking the other, and making the squad fall back, and killing the Dreadnought with 2 Storm Ravens was more than I ever could have hoped for, statistic-wise. So I think that was a turning point.
Yep. I couldn't auto rally with the squad there, so always within 6 inches of your guys. And I cannot kill him, even with my whole army shooting at your Dreadnought. He just will not die.
Yeah, my 2 Dreadnoughts are still somehow there. I mean, they're immobilized, but they're still there.
We're on turn 4. I think I've done 3 results to 1 Dreadnought with probably like 7 guys shooting them.
Yeah, that one's taken like a stun and immobilized, and this one's taken like a stun, shaken, immobilized, and maybe another shaken in there somewhere or something, but you never killed them. Alright, well, that's pretty much it. I'm sure we'll both be trying out these same lists or similar lists in the near future, so we can get some more practice in.
Yeah, I still think I had a good strategy here, but dice rolls, I gotta play the list again, see what happens, but if I get some decent dice rolls, I'm sure they'll do great.
Yeah. Oh, this Dreadnought ran over and murdered 3 of those fools, those scouts. But
let's see if they ran off.
I just rolled, I got a 5, so they were fine, but yeah.
Yeah, so basically, Adam had godlike dice today, and I had crap. We think this is retribution for winning the last tournament, and...
Yeah, he had some pretty solid rolls. That I think he got 34 out of 36 points for his opinion and everyone else's opinion of his dice rolls. So they were pretty solid.
Usually for my dice rolls, I can go like a few games with really good dice rolls, but when I have like 4 or 5 straight games with excellent dice rolls, it goes to crap for like the next 1 or 2 games. That's exactly what happened here.
So we'll probably try these lists out again. I'll remember I gotta try to work in some hand flamers on my sergeants to deal with stuff like death cults. I've got to remember to take a few points and just put searchlights, just if nothing else, on my 3 dreadnoughts in the front. And I think and maybe one more extra armor if I can squeeze the points out somewhere. So learned a lot this game though, so hopefully we'll be good to go for Origins by the time next month. So, and make sure you comment below, send me a message, let me know if you guys are going to Origins. It's in Columbus, Ohio. So see you guys later.